And thank you, Cahir. Minister, you're very welcome here today to speak to us on the opportunities that we have at third level and the places. And I know that you've announced funding only recently, of course, into the further education and training sector. Over 5 million going into that. I know that's topping up funding that you already issued in April, of course, into the FET sector. Minister, under your watch, I suppose, in this new department, we have seen a real focus on the opportunities under further education and apprenticeships, which has been absolutely phenomenal. The development, even more so, of the new technological universities across the country, which of course means that third level qualifications and education and training is available in towns all across Ireland. Towns as well as our cities, and that means that education is more accessible. And we need to be looking at this model because for so many students, it is true, the costs are high. The costs are high going to college. It was high when I was a student, and even now, it's absolutely incredible cost when it comes to housing. Minister, I know as well that you have done so much around trying to ensure that TUs are able to apply for funding now so that they can actually start up accommodation as well. In the University of Galway, I believe that we nearly, and you might like to comment on this, Minister, but I believe we nearly have hundreds of new student units available now for students this year. And, speaking from somebody from the West, the importance of access to education is not solely that we're able to offer courses, it's also about actually being able to go to college. We speak about the apprenticeship programme as a way to offer more flexible pathways. Minister Norma Foley was with us here yesterday, and she spoke about obviously... Oh,
1 second,
pardon.
sorry. Just to welcome our guests, the public gallery are here on behalf of Deputies McNamara and McGrath and Senator Byrne. You're all very welcome. Thank you for being here today. Sorry, Senator.
No, not at all. Thank you. Very welcome. But just back to my points there, which were in relation to... Ciara, you'll have to remind me now. Yeah, thank you. So, sorry, yes. I suppose what I was just talking about was just around the apprenticeships, the programme that you have nearly 70 courses available through the apprenticeship programme. Those opportunities are for people to be able to work for a period of time and also to get a qualification. And the qualification can be a diploma, it can be a degree, it can go the whole way to PhD. Like we have that across so many courses now in apprenticeships. But what I really want to call for here, Minister, and I know that you're very supportive of this, is the availability of those types of courses in our towns and in our campus towns, as well as our campus cities, our campus towns across the country. Two very important programmes that the HEA will have brought for your attention, Minister, across many other types of courses as well, is particularly around challenges that we have in sectors in the country, which is, of course, access to GPs in regional areas. One of the courses that's quite innovative, that's been offered through the University of Galway, been based on really clear best evidence over in Canada about achievements and success around this, is about how we are able to have an intake of medical graduate entry students that will have a background, perhaps from a more regional, an understanding of towns, but also that come qualification will be there to take up these roles in our communities, because the challenge in regional areas, like in Roscommon and Galway and in Ballinasloe, is that it can be so difficult to attract people for this type of role where there's so much driving. A GP takes on a role in a rural area. Minister, you're fully aware of this. We fought for Westdock funding to support them, but they're travelling such distances because it's not like in a city where you have everything in a small little area. People can come in by public transport. Even the GP doesn't have to go, perhaps, to visit someone in their 70s and 80s because maybe it's easier for them to be able to get to the actual facility. That's not the case in rural areas. We need to have ways to incentivize people, and part of that is by ensuring that we're offering courses for people that will actually take up these roles in our rural areas. And that's actually showing how Ireland and this department is actually delivering for the communities across Ireland. Another course as well that you're looking at, Minister, is the veterinary courses. I know in Kilkenny and also in Mountbellew, our agricultural campus there linked in with Letterkenny. Again, that's around farming. And the challenge we have about having big animal vets, we have a demand in the country for that. Farming, of course, and agriculture, which is one of the largest sectors in this economy. Minister, I suppose the other areas I might mention as well, particularly for my own area, and if I might extend an invitation for you to come and visit us, both in Galway and in Roscommon too, but to find out and see how the Manaslow College of Further Education is operating. And I know that that's something that will be on your list. But it's about the availability of these courses for people that are coming out of Leaving Cert. Minister, some of the other points that I just wanted to raise with you here today as well is just around the funding that you've also issued around under further education, of course, for people with disabilities. I know there was, I think, roughly 40 million, I think, that was allocated to that, Minister. We spoke already about the expansion of funding to TUs. The increase in spend, I suppose, is something else. If I may speak to you about this in terms of research and innovation. Our colleague, Deputy David Staunton, had a very good public meeting with the the Amber SFI Centre about materials research. I myself, having worked, I suppose, as an administrator in Science Foundation Ireland and in the research office in the University of Galway, I suppose I really see the excellence that's there, Minister. Like, Ireland stands head and shoulders above so many other countries in our achievements. And I know we don't talk about it as much as we should. We don't shine a light on it. I know in your department you do this, but we need to shine a light about the excellence that's happening every single day. We saw the Nobel Prize for Medicine been awarded to Kathleen Kariko, a Hungarian researcher that went to work in America, that gathered with a US colleague with BioNTech, whose founder were first-generation Turkish migrants to Germany. It is incredible how research and researchers are so international. It is incredible how people follow excellence, and they are coming here to Ireland. We have such a multinational research cohort, both at PhD, at postdoc level, at that level. And I suppose I would like to really highlight, Minister, the importance of funding excellence, the importance of our brand new agency, of course, our Research and Innovation Ireland agency that will be coming on stream shortly, but like that there is funding, and in this budget that we are looking at how we're supporting excellence, because that innovation is going to drive change and drive the sort of innovation that we're going to see in Ireland and need in the years ahead. Be it when it comes to climate change, be it for medical innovation, be it for, as our Amber colleagues were telling us just a little while ago, how everything you use from your phones to your medical devices is literally materials. Thank you very much, Minister. But again, that these points are absolutely key. And I know our colleague here as well, Minister, you'll be bringing these points back very strongly as well. But just the importance of the funding in terms of research and development. I know when it comes to these new agencies, both Research and Innovation Ireland and the focus that we will have in bringing the importance of arts and science and the impact for society, as well as our economy together, that it's going to be absolutely crucial that there is funding allocated to support that agency in terms of administration, in terms of funding for early stage career researchers and for our PhDs and postdocs. And Minister, that funding will be crucial in the time ahead.